The Mexican government offered an update on the evolution of the pandemic, noting an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases, but no increase in the number of hospitalizations, while authorities maintain epidemiological surveillance of the Omicron variant. Our correspondent Eduardo Martinez brings us more details.
Class at the primary education level began in 21 of the 32 states of Mexico. Students, parents and teachers must comply with biosecurity measures to avoid COVID-19 infections, especially among younger children who are not yet included in the national vaccination plan. It is something to be very careful about because, as far as we know, it is already infecting children more than adults, and we need to adopt more safety measures. In most schools, staff and students have had to adapt to avoid overcrowding and to guarantee hygiene, service and healthy distance.
Now there are only 14 because there is no water. We cannot supply all the classrooms, which usually have 30 students.
Local authorities decided to postpone the return to school in 11 states until having a better understanding of the evolution of the epidemic caused by SARS-CoV-2. Meanwhile, from the National Palace, President Andrés Manuel López Obrador called for trust and a return to classrooms. Parents really help us. If a child has a sore throat, if they feel bad, then they should not go to school. They should stay at home. But if they feel fine, well, there is no problem for them to go. There are measures in place at the schools. Health authorities explain the recent increase in the number of cases is related to the Omicron variant of the coronavirus. It allows us to see that it is more contagious, but of course, from a clinical perspective, the symptoms, the consequence, the hospitalizations and mortality rates are very low. Today, the country has registered 3.9 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 300,000 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic announced in late March 2020. Meanwhile, the national vaccination plan with the booster shot for adults over 60 years of age is moving forward, and 2.7 million doses of the Moderna vaccine donated by the U.S. government will be administered to educational personnel.
Eduardo Martínez, teleSUR, Ciudad de México.